Welcome to the deep dive. So often when we talk about the future of work and AI, our minds just jump straight to the tools, don't they?
Yeah, the shiny new software, the
Listen,
algorithms.
exactly, the tech itself. But maybe we should pause and think, who's actually using all this? Who's making sense of it and turning it into real impact for, your organization?
That's a great question.
And it's really the focus of what we're tackling today. We're doing a deep dive into some fascinating insights from a D.D. James' work. It really challenges that idea that the value in this AI era is all about the tech. Instead, it points towards a very specific kind of leader, often overlooked, actually.
Precisely. So our mission here really is to pull back the curtain on these strategic integrators, as the DDG calls them. These are the folks who are often quietly really shaping how teams build things in this new AI age. They do it by, well, bringing the right people together, navigating all that friction you get between different departments.
Yeah, the friction points.
Yeah.
Always tricky.
Right. There's sort of the unsung architects making sure brilliant ideas actually get off the ground.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Because the headlines, they're full of AI tools, the latest models, what they can do. But this source says the real value, the real momentum, that comes from people. So what kind of people are we actually talking about here? What is this quiet shift?
Well, what's really different about them is they don't just follow a playbook,
Yeah.
like step one, step two. They operate more from presence. It means they're kind of reading the system,
Yep.
sensing the dynamics, the tensions, and they instinctively know what needs to happen right then to move things forward. It's about understanding the whole picture and actively guiding it. These are the people we're calling strategic integrators.
Okay, presence. I like that. And this is where it gets really interesting for me. It's not just a nice idea, is it? The market is apparently already showing this need.
Oh, absolutely. It's not theory.
That feels like a big claim, though,
Yeah.
that the market wants role that maybe companies haven't even properly defined yet. What's the evidence?
It's pretty undeniable when you look at the data. I mean, okay, the World Economic Forum, they reckon 44% of all workers will need some kind of upskilling or reskilling by 2025. Huge number.
44%. Wow.
Yeah. But here's the really telling part. LinkedIn sees job postings with terms like AI strategy, design collaboration, systems leadership. They're up 38% year over year.
So not just coding jobs, it's the connecting roles.
Exactly. It's about connecting the dots. And then you look at McKinsey's AI maturity index. Fewer than 1% of companies feel confident they're actually executing AI well. And the gap they identify, it's not access to the tools, it's orchestration.
Orchestration. So having the instruments isn't enough. You need the conductor.
Precisely. Companies have the tech, they're spending the money, but the biggest hurdle is the human ability to bring it all together. It's a leadership gap, really. And BCG's latest survey, Q2, it backs this up too. They found AI design pods led by this kind of systems-oriented talent.
Yeah.
They deliver 3 times faster. 3 times
Faster than the old siloed way.
than the traditional function-by-function management. Yeah. And look, these aren't like vague predictions for the future. This is happening now. It underscores how urgent the need for these roles really is today.
Okay, so the market demand is clear. Urgent, even.
Hmm.
These integrators, these orchestrators, they're needed.
Mhm.
Which brings us to the how. How do they actually do it? What's the secret sauce for creating this movement the source talks about?
Well, it's interesting. Their key strength isn't always deep technical skill, although many have that too. It's more about their ability to build alignment when things are really complex.
Alignment and complexity. That sounds tough.
It is. Think about it. They're the ones pulling together all the different functions. Design, engineering, legal, research, ops, product. You know that classic tension. Engineering says we can build it. Product says users want it. Legal says, hang on a minute.
Yep. Seen that movie.
Right. These integrators walk into that chaos sometimes. And instead of taking sides, they find the common thread, the path forward for everyone. They create flow where other people might just wait for permission slips. They listen really closely, with precision.
Hmm.
And then they act based on the context. They build these hybrid teams focused purely on the outcome, not just who reports to who.
So less about the org chart, more about the goal.
Exactly. They translate between disciplines and, crucially, they cut down the decision-making drag. Because their aim isn't just to win the meeting, it's to move the whole system forward.
And that detail you mentioned, that many don't even have the formal title. They're just the person who gets things done.
Yeah, often that's exactly how they're known internally.
So how do they build that kind of velocity, that speed?
Yeah.
Especially if they don't always have the formal authority. What's their leadership style like?
They think differently. They think in terms of like time, rhythm, shared energy. It's subtle. They have this deep, almost intuitive feel for the difference between what's just urgent noise and what's truly important.
Okay. Filtering the signal from the noise.
Sort of. And they know when a team needs real clarity, like here's the direction, versus when they need space to figure things out. They're good at cutting down on endless review cycles, unlocking that executional alignment.
Fewer meetings, more doing.
Essentially, yeah. Think about a document bouncing between 5 departments for weeks. They get the right people talking, find the real issues, and clear the path maybe in one session. That's the goal. And the collaboration they foster, it tends to stick around long after the launch. It builds capacity.
What about their backgrounds? Is there like a typical path to becoming one of these integrators? Or are they just rare finds?
It's interesting. Their backgrounds are actually pretty diverse. You see people from design, product management, transformation roles, creative ops.
So no single feeder role.
Yeah. Not really. The common thread isn't the resume line or some specific certification. It's more about their innate capacity, maybe developed over time, to see patterns,
Right.
understand relationships, timing, human behavior, all within a complex building environment. It's a way of seeing the system.
So it's not just being a generalist who knows a bit of everything.
No.
And it's not being a deep specialist either. It sounds like
Yeah.
something else.
Exactly. The term Aditi Jain uses, which I think captures it well, is system fluency.
System fluency. Okay, tell me more about that.
Imagine that's system fluency. It's about navigating ambiguity and complexity without getting paralyzed. And these people, they're already doing this work. They're inside AI transformation projects right now. Experience design initiatives, product acceleration pods.
They're already there, just maybe not named or recognized formally.
Exactly. They're doing the work. What they need, really, is visibility, recognition for the value they bring. And what the industry needs, honestly, it's more people who can think and lead in this way.
So wrapping this up a bit,
Yeah.
what does all this mean for you listening right now, especially if you're trying to make sense of AI in your own work?
Well, here's a thought from the source material I found really provocative. If you know how to move across disciplines, create psychological safety inside high-pressure environments, and hold systems together without needing the spotlight,
Yeah.
this role already belongs to you.
That's powerful. It makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you recognize those traits in yourself? Or maybe in someone you work with, that person who just makes things click, who has that quiet impact without the big title?
Yeah. So the message is, recognize that talent. If it's you, own it. Call it what it is. Lead it fully. And keep building those teams that are actually, building the future.
Some real food for thought there. We definitely encourage you to continue your own deep dive on this. Maybe start by thinking about who you see as the strategic integrators in your world.